Welcome to another episode of Sanford Says. This is Lisa Holder, Communications Officer. Today we have two very special guests with us, the Parks and Recreation Department Director, Lisa Jones, and Sergeant Zachary Glenn from the Sanford Police Department. And you may say, well, why are they here together? Well, folks, we're sharing with you some great information about one of the city's major, incredibly fun events, and that is the Spangled Sanford. We are close to July 4th, folks, and we have both Lisa and Sergeant Glenn here to share specific information for you, really important information, the fun stuff, parking, and then also, of course, how to get in and out of our city on Thursday, July 4th. So, sit back, have a great time listening to this, and we hope you enjoy the show about Spangled Sanford. So, Lisa, that's our Independence Day celebration. I know you've been with the city for how long?
It is. I've been 30 years now.
30 years, and this is one of our elite events, correct?
It is one of our premier events. We have such a great time organizing and promoting and just welcoming not only our residents out to a great Independence Day celebration, but also all of our guests. All
right. And so just real briefly, I'll give a quick overview. Spangled Sanford is July 4th on the Riverwalk. It's our Independence Day celebration. You'll have a spectacular fireworks display, live music. There'll be great food and drinks. It's also at the Fort Mellon Park Splash Pad, and the hours are between 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and we invite everybody to come down. So are there any details, Lisa, that you'd like to share with the listeners?
Sure. A couple things we'd like to highlight, Lisa. Of course, we kick off at 5 p.m., and by that, we're going to have great live entertainment on the main stage in Fort Mellon Park. I've got some super groups lined up. This year, Run Raquel will be joining us, the Smoking Jackets, and Dakota Hurley. These are all high-energy groups that will really get the party going, and we look forward to hosting them at our July 4th event. We want people to come early and stay late. Although the event starts at 5 o'clock, take your time, come down, kind of check out your spot, get a great parking area, visit downtown, maybe have an early lunch, and then make your way down to Fort Mellon Park and the Riverwalk just in time for our event.
And I know we're expecting a lot of visitors. We want people to be patient, correct? And do you have any recommendations on sort of what to look forward to, what to expect at the event? We're going to be talking about parking and ingress and egress with Sergeant Glenn.
Sure. With any large event, of course, safety is first and foremost in our minds. And be patient, as Lisa said. Come down, have a great time. Start early. Allow for some traffic. We'll have some different road ingress and egress that Sergeant Glenn will talk about shortly. But the key is just take your time coming in and plan on taking your time leaving. We don't want anybody to be in a hurry. So we'll have plenty of open parking, both in the municipal lots, but also on the street, and some private partnerships that will be available. Carpool is great. Golf carts are great. If you can Uber or Lyft in, or of course we have great neighborhoods surrounding the event venue, so walk on down and join us at Fort Mellon Park.
Okay, and so as far as more information as we go through this explanation, the city website is going to have more details after we talk about this on the podcast and through social media. So leading up to the event, we encourage folks to follow us on social media, because we'll be posting things between now and the 4th about the event as well.
Correct. All of the current information that will stay in place, any updates between now and next Thursday, and right up till just about the time for our great fireworks show. We'll try to get real-time activities out there, let you know about weather events, how much sunshine we're having, how much fun we're having down on the Riverwalk, where you can park, and where to get the best seats. So everybody stay in tune via social media.
And so some of the details, some questions that may be asked by our listeners about what they can bring with them. Chairs, pets. Can you speak to that?
Sure.
Sergeant Glenn?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the event area, we're going to prohibit any coolers unless they're medical related. If they are medical related, or if you have some type of bag that's for medical purposes, just know that in the event area it is subject to search. Fireworks are prohibited of any type. If they're illegal fireworks that are found that somebody brought in, we're going to confiscate them and dispose of them. If they're legal, such as sparklers, stuff like that, we're going to ask that you do not light them and you put them away until you're back home. Other things would be animals. We ask that you do not bring any animals. They don't do well with the loud fireworks. And then, as a police department, we're chasing animals throughout the city, and it just doesn't bear well manpower-wise.
Okay. And I know, too, Lisa, maybe you could speak to this. Down by Fort Mellon Park, we're going to have vendors there, correct?
We are.
And
we'll have merchandise vendors, great food and drink vendors. We'll have all types that we're happy to announce. Our radio partner, Mix 105.1, will be down in Fort Mellon Park, and so we hope that everybody will stop by their tents, say hello for some great giveaways. So lots to see and do for everybody in the family.
All right. And so maybe it's a good time now to thank our partners. So as you said, of course, the City of Sanford, and then Mix 105 is a partner with the City of Sanford. Our other proud sponsors are Bud Light, which is a Wayne Dench Incorporation. A huge thank you to Orlando Sanford International Airport, Waste Pro, and the West End Trading Company, Celery City Craft, Wonder Maid, Monroe Harbor Marina, Hollerbach's, and the Sanford Welcome Center. Thank you all so much for supporting this event. We know it's a great event. We have, year after year, we have thousands of people coming into the city, and the police department and the city does such a great job of getting 60, 80, 70, 80,000 people in and out in a matter of, I don't know, Sergeant, what's the time frame from, like, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but we have done it like an orchestra, each year. And so people they need to be patient, right? But
normally, last couple of years I've kind of, prided myself on about a 35-minute post-fireworks major dump of traffic.
Right.
So always stragglers, which is good. Like Lisa said earlier, come early, stay late. That kind of helps let the traffic die down a little bit. But we do ask for a lot of patience this year. As all the locals know, we have a lot of construction going on downtown and the lakefront, and they've kind of handcuffed me this year with the amount of traffic flow I can push out the lakefront. Luckily, they did grant me a single lane, so there will be some merging going on at the round building at the lakefront. So we do ask, if you are caught in that area, to just be patient with other motorists and merge and be respectful of each other. We're going to keep the traffic flowing, so there's no sense in getting upset with each other, and just go the way you're directed, and eventually you'll get to an area where you can turn wherever you need to go. Okay,
and so we're talking about ingress and egress. So can you share a little bit more about, because Seminole Boulevard is closed because of the construction of our seawall, can you explain to the listeners what the best way to get in and out of Sanford?
A quick overview would be, if you live on one of the neighborhoods that are on the lakefront, such as the preserves of Lake Monroe, Regatta Shores, or Venetian Bay, you can go to and from your house throughout the day. That's fine. You and your guests as well. However, with all the construction, we're not going to allow anybody to necessarily park on the lakefront to view the fireworks.
That's different this year, right?
Yeah. We normally let people kind of park and view from there, but from the hospital west, we're not going to allow it because it's still an active construction zone. It's not rated to hold weight capacity of vehicles. It is, like I said, construction zone, so they're afraid of injuries, stuff like that. So we're just going to keep people off of there. And so there will be, if you live there, you can traverse to and from all day. You and your guests. We just can't have you on the lakefront parked to watch the fireworks, unfortunately.
Okay.
Hopefully, once that's done, it'll be a great spot to watch the fireworks.
All right, and so people coming into the city, I would imagine 1792, Sanford Avenue, Mellonville.
Yep. First Street. Yep. If you're a local, I would say, ride share if you can. If you're downtown local, golf cart if you have it. And we'll come back to golf carts in a minute. But if you're from out of the Sanford area, then the main roads, you got, Celery 415 is a good route. 46 from I-4 is a good route, and then 1792 from the south is good, as well as Sanford Avenue.
All right, and then when they get here, the parking, will there be signs for public lots, or can you speak to that?
There will be, and there will also be, as we go back to talking about pushing out this information on social media and sharing it amongst your friends on your own social sites. We have the 3 municipal lots that are typically recognized for this event. Would be the Hood Avenue parking lot. Also, some people call it the courthouse parking lot, which is on Hood Avenue and Seminole Boulevard. There's a municipal lot at Park Avenue and First, and then another municipal lot at Sanford Avenue and First. And those will all be open. There is no fee to park there this year. We've taken that off to have people come in and not have one more thing to deal with. We want to come in, be safe. So those are the 3 main lots. We also have 2 lots that are available on 2nd Street and Palmetto Avenue. If you're familiar with those, we've just partnered with a local business to open up one there on the southeast side, and then there's just behind the Ritz Theater is also another lot. So those are all, of course, first come, first serve, but it will take a lot of the headache out of parking. And great on-the-street parking. I'm sure there'll be some private businesses who will also be making their lots available. So no worries about that.
And along the Seminole Boulevard going towards Mellonville and Fort Mellon Park, is parking allowed on the lakefront side, or is that closed down for vendors? And where else can people park toward that end?
Sure. There are, the footprint closes down Seminole Boulevard, or also known as the Riverwalk, from Palmetto Avenue to Mellonville Avenue. So that will be closed to pedestrian traffic only, or small vehicles or golf carts that are associated only with the event organizers.
Okay.
On First Street, and Sergeant, you can help me, we've got a couple of roadblocks, but if you're coming from the east on Mellonville, you can make that way in until about San Juan.
San Juan, yep.
And so there's some on-the-street parking there, some lots on the further east end, and then we'll have some closures for activities in the park, and then it opens up again closer to the museum, and then back west on First.
Okay, and so when are these road closures beginning on July 4th, so people know?
They'll the footprint road closures that Lisa spoke to will be activated at midnight on July 4th that morning.
Okay. All right. So that gives us plenty of time to prepare, and also so people are aware as well. And again, all of this information, if you're just listening to this now and you want to follow up, read more into it, share with your friends, you can share the podcast, but we'll have it on social media as well. Is there anything else about that, Lisa?
No, we would just encourage people, don't be dissuaded because they think there's a parking issue downtown. We really do have a lot of area, a lot of great partners, and a lot of great businesses who are willing to open up their private locations to help bring our guests and other residents who don't live in the downtown corridor down to enjoy this fantastic event.
And so fireworks start at what time? Approximately
9:15.
Okay.
We say at sunset, barring any delays due to the occasional weather on a July 4th.
Right.
But we look forward to a fantastic show over the lake right at about 9:15.
Okay, and what about folks at our marina, the boaters? Can you speak to what their rules and regulations are for this day?
Certainly. We do have an area that we need to close down for, again, safety when launching a show of this size. And great to work with our friends at Monroe Harbor Marina. They work with us not only in the months leading up to it, but the week of July 4th in order to let their residents and guests know that there will be some delays on July 4th, but that anybody in the West Basin is free to come and go from their boat all day. There are no restrictions there. If you have a boat currently in the East Basin, or you want to launch from the East Basin, you have a couple of different opportunities. If you're in the basin, you can leave until 4 that afternoon and go out into Lake Monroe to enjoy the show. If you need to launch your boat from the 3 public docks there, you need to be unloading your boat in the water by 10 a.m. That will be closed at 10 a.m. at that point.
Okay.
All vehicles and trailers have to be cleared from the area, and we would encourage those boaters to park in our Hood Avenue lot.
Again, that's right near the courthouse across from City Hall.
It is.
Right? Okay.
Just across the street from the marina there on Palmetto Avenue. And also there are some, we're in a great location here in Sanford and on Lake Monroe. So you have a couple of other docks, both down by I-4 and then across into Berry, that you can launch from them. Come out, watch the show, and then you have a little more leeway and not tied up in the local boat traffic.
All right.
I'd just like to add one thing to that for all of our boater friends who are going to be out there and coming back into the East Basin, we do a post-show check with our colleagues in the fire department. So once we get the all clear, at that point, the boats will be allowed back in.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Sergeant Glenn?
Yeah, I just want to touch a little bit on the golf carts.
Okay.
I know we pushed for people to use the golf carts, and they're a great resource. However, as per our golf cart ordinance in the city of Sanford, they are considered motor vehicles, and they have the same rules as cars.
Okay.
If there's a road closure, they're closed to golf carts as well, other than when Lisa said that they're staffed for the event.
Right.
But as a regular, like a citizen driving their golf cart downtown, they got to adhere to all the road closures and parking. So they can't be in Fort Mellon Park on this day.
All right. Well, anything else, folks?
No,
So we're very busy leading up to it.
Yeah.
I know you all have to get going and
No, it is.
continue.
It's good fun, and we appreciate everybody's patience with us and help, and we want everybody to come out and it's going to be a fantastic fireworks display. Sergeant Glenn and all his fellow officers, and from many agencies across Seminole County who come in to help us put this on. It absolutely takes everybody working towards a common goal, and it's just another thing that's special about Sanford.
Sure is. That's the Star Spangled Sanford event, July 4th on the Riverwalk, our Independence Day celebration, and yours too. We want to thank again our partner Mix 105.1. When you come on down, will they be live on air broadcasting that?
No, they'll be on stage.
On stage,
Yep.
okay.
So come down, say hello to the talent that'll be there, visit their tent, and we're so glad to have them with us this year.
Okay, so that's Thursday, July 4th, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., Fort Mellon Park, Riverwalk, Sanford Riverwalk. Be there. Don't miss this great party the city of Sanford puts on every year. The fireworks are incredible. And do we want to talk about maybe the folks that do put on the show that we partner with, the company that we work with?
Sure. Our
Give them a plug.
pyrotechnicians come to us from Zambelli Fireworks, the first family of fireworks. They've been with us for a number of years now, and just do a fantastic job for us. They have done fireworks all over the world, from inaugurations and Super Bowls, and come to us and put that same effort and quality into our show, and we're just very excited to have them back again in 2019.
Great. So come down to Sanford for Star Spangled Sanford, July 4th. This is Lisa Holder, Communications Officer for the City of Sanford. You can find this podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, as well as the Sanford website and social media. Thank you again for listening. See you on the 4th.